Hi, I'm Scott Engel, Managing Director of RotoExperts.com. I am the king. I am fantasy. Here with a very important list for you today. Guys who you should not trade unless you get absolutely bowled over with an offer from another owner. Now, nothing in fantasy sports is absolute. I'm not saying don't trade anybody on the list that I'm giving you today. But if you have one of these players, you just can't give them up for any offer. You really have to be bowled over in a major way by another owner. And nobody on this list is a better example than Justin Upton. People are saying, oh, maybe I should sell high on him. He can't keep this up. Of course he can't keep this up. The early pace is just ridiculous. But Justin Upton is going to finish with the best numbers of his career. I've been saying it since the preseason. It's a long season, but Justin Upton is very comfortable in Atlanta. What you're seeing early on is really an overall preview of what the rest of the year is going to be like in a nutshell. Of course, there's going to be a cold spell or two, but there are going to be more of these barrages, more of these hot streaks. You don't want to miss out on them. If you're a Justin Upton owner, everybody's making you an offer. And when everybody's making you an offer, that means that you have something special. And when you have something special, don't mess with success. Shortstop has become more of a fantasy wasteland, especially with the injury to Jose Reyes. Middle infield has become thinner. We've seen guys like Aaron Hill starting to drop. He's out for a while. Desmond has quietly become one of the better shortstops in fantasy baseball. At a position where you never know where Troy Tulowitzki might go down, if you have Desmond, remember position scarcity and hold on to him. Desmond is just about to enter his prime, and you don't want to miss out on the numbers. Don't trade him unless you absolutely have to. Yes, we all love to chase saves, but what if you don't have to? What if you drafted Jonathan Papelbon? Jonathan Papelbon is one of the most safest closers in the entire game. Yes, he's not quite Craig Kimbrell. He's not quite Chapman. Jonathan Papelbon is no longer a #1 fantasy closer, but he's certainly still very elite. People, when they can't get Kimbrell, when they can't get Chapman in trades, they go after the likes of a Papelbon. And you don't want to mess with success, like I've been saying. Jonathan Papelbon is money in the rotisserie bank. If you have something you don't have to worry about, don't trade a guy like that away and give yourself something to worry about. Everybody's thrilled about Matt Harvey. He's the next big thing in the major leagues. He's the next big thing in fantasy baseball. Maybe you're thinking to sell high on Harvey before the bumps start to hit. And the bumps will start to hit. But you really don't want to give up on a guy like Harvey because his approach and his stuff is just so excellent and so explosive. I recently spoke to John Buck and he told me what makes Harvey so special is even when he doesn't have his best stuff, he will dominate. Matt Harvey is for real. All hype aside, he is for real. Now, of course, nothing in fantasy sports is absolute, and somebody I know actually was able to trade Harvey for Justin Verlander. Of course, you have to do that, but just don't sell high on Matt Harvey because you think there's going to be some sort of decline that's coming, and maybe it's going to be steep, and you just want to mess with success. Matt Harvey is for real. This type of excellent pitching is not easy to come by. Stick with Matt Harvey. Yes, he's not elite anymore, but you want to roll with CC Sabathia if you have him. If you have a safe option, I always say don't mess with success. You always have enough worries in fantasy baseball. CC Sabathia doesn't throw 94 miles an hour consistently like he used to. But because he's such a big guy with a unique way of pitching, the ball still jumps on hitters. And the big thing with Sabathia is he has evolved and matured as a pitcher. He used to be a 2-pitch pitcher. Now he's a 4-pitch pitcher. And that makes him more effective. CC Sabathia has evolved, and he can still be a very, very effective fantasy pitcher on a start-to-start basis. CC Sabathia is no longer a #1 fantasy pitcher, but he's a great #2. The Yankee lineup will continue to give him some good run support. They've been very surprising. CC Sabathia is safe, and believe me, I'm okay with safety. For more great fantasy advice, consult the exclusive Edge Fantasy Baseball Package, available now on RotoExperts.com and our homepage. Check out our weekly planner with Eddie Mayrose, our closer report with Thomas McFeely, everything you need to stay ahead of the competition and more. The exclusive Edge Fantasy Baseball Package, available now at RotoExperts.com. Look for the X, the mark of fantasy excellence.